Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're tonight's entertainment.
This is the On Air Podcast.
It's your boy Mac.
I'm Bryant.
And Eli.
Welcome, everybody, to the On Air Podcast. This is our second installment of our Dream series. Boys, how are we today?
Not too bad, Brian. You know, I'm living the dream. And no pun intended. I know that's what we're talking about today.
Definitely a pun intended there with that.
We had such a good response out of our last video that I thought we'd do another one.
Why not?
You got the giggles, man?
I don't know, man. I'm just in a good mood today. I don't
That's
know what
good.
it is.
I mean, yeah, you don't have to go to work. So.
Yeah, man. I've just been chilling at home. And, you know, sometimes, you know, you can tell someone's smiling by the way they're talking. And
Yeah.
it's a good time.
It's pretty easy to tell when somebody's smiling if they're laughing.
Yeah. It's pretty easy.
How you doing today, Eli? How's your day?
It's all right. I went to a clinic and
Yeah, that's cool. Let's talk about some dreams.
All right, yeah. So yeah, you heard. I kind of fucking went off last time. Yeah, got really deep. If you haven't listened to part one yet, definitely give it a listen. Because,
yes, Dreams Part 1.
Yeah,
It's that perfect little maybe getting ready for the day podcast to listen to.
Yeah, you know,
Might help you reflect on your dreams.
Yeah, it could definitely have you reflect on your dreams. Talked about some astral projection.
Yep.
Which was pretty cool. So,
I tried doing it last night.
did you?
I tried imagining that rope.
Yeah. Did it work?
No.
It takes a while.
Yeah,
If
that's
you keep doing it.
kind of like the lucid dreaming. It
Yeah.
seems like it's something that you're gonna have to practice.
It's a skill for sure. It's just like it's a form of meditation, is what a lot of people say it is, and so meditation by itself,
not even close.
just it takes some practice. So you're definitely never going to get it on the first try. Sometimes you might get lucky and you might, but you know it's just something that you take.
Good.
time.
I was about ready to quit.
It takes time. It's about to quit. So Eli, I know you're an active lucid dreamer. I would love to hear about some of your dreams that you've had, or at least one.
Let's
really
talk about the
good one.
technique first.
The technique.
How does he do it? How do you do it?
How do
you dream?
lucid dream?
Yeah.
Well, honestly, it's hard to explain because I don't have like a technique for it.
Bullshit.
It just kind of happens. I don't remember like 80% of my dreams.
He's one of those guys that I talked about.
Yeah.
You don't remember, like a lot of people won't remember a good majority of their dreams. And I'm one of those people. But the dreams that I do remember, it's like vivid.
Like how vivid? I want a vivid description of
Like
one of them.
I still remember a dream from like 7 years ago
Wow, okay.
where I was dreaming that I was at my second grade birthday party again.
Ooh, that's a time to
And
remember.
Damn.
Yeah, it was like, the theme was like pirates, and I was like,
rapey pirates or what?
no, this was like
Pirates of the Caribbean?
Pirates of the Caribbean,
Okay.
you know.
Same thing.
Does it piss you off when I say Pirates of the Caribbean?
It fucking does
No.
not at all.
Oh.
I don't know. Anyways, you're in second grade. Pirates of the
Right,
Caribbean.
So I even remember everything down to the game we were playing, and it was just like, it was they had these little circle cones, you know, not the full cone, but like the little like molehill.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a bunch of those lined up across the gym floor, and you had to jump on them like they were stones, or you fell in the water and you got ate by sharks.
Holy
And then
shit.
at the end of it was like a little like treasure chest, and you had to along the way find a shovel or a sword or something like that, so that way if somebody came up to you to try to take your treasure chest, you could beat them off with a sword. And if you had the shovel,
Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
You're beating them off?
yeah,
With a sword?
yeah, with a sword. You know?
Okay. I like that. No, weird.
Sorry. Yeah, 'cause
Eustace
you know,
is dying.
you can't beat somebody off with your hand. That's, you know.
Yeah, with the sword seems
I mean-
like the right approach.
Yeah, the sword's the right approach.
To each his own.
Anyways.
So yeah, I mean, I remember that. I remember we were having, let's see, what was, I think it was just burgers and fries, is what we were having to eat with a nice big old strawberry cake.
Okay. And so during this dream, right?
Right.
So you're in second grade. You're at a birthday party.
You're beating people off.
You're beating people off with a sword.
With a sword.
It's a pirate's theme. You're jumping from stone to stone, not to try to fall in the lake.
Right.
If you do, you get eaten by sharks.
Right.
And so during this dream, do you have control of yourself during the dream? So it's not like a...
So, like, I have control over what I can, like, what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But if I'm, like, trying to jump and stuff, for some reason, it took incredible strength for me to jump from one stone to the next. And they were only, like 6 to
throwing a
8
punch.
inches. Yeah.
Can't do it.
A punch or trying to run away from something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. It always, if I can start doing stuff like that, that's when I know, oh, hey, I'm in control right now. Because normally I can't do it.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to break something, I've got the strength of like a toddler. But
That's the way it goes, man.
yeah, but when I get the ability to take off after I'm getting chased by like a bear or something,
Yeah.
then I'm like, oh hey, I know this is a dream. I know that I can control what I'm doing here.
So my definition, not really definition, but so my theory of a lucid dream is that, so I was telling Eustace, so when we were at the part of our podcast yesterday, we talked about the lucid dreaming. He talked about like his Iron Man suit. He had a dream that he was like Iron Man,
But it can't fly.
but he can't fly. So like while you're in this birthday party, a lucid dream would be like you realize you were at the birthday party, but you can fucking leave.
Right.
Right? So like you're at the birthday party and the whole dream was supposed to be you at this birthday party doing this thing. But you as a lucid dreamer would be like, fuck this party. This shit's lame. I'm gonna go to the mall.
I don't think I've ever done that. I've never like gone from one theme to being like, oh hey, I can just go do whatever. I've never gone that far.
See, that's where the flying thing comes in. I was talking about yesterday. Is like you can fly in your dreams, and it takes it's like a skill that you can learn how to do. But
You have to be. I know exactly what you're talking about because
Yeah.
it becomes a skill where once you realize that you're dreaming, you can then basically do whatever the fuck you want to do.
yeah, whatever you want to do. You're living a completely different life. It's just basically the foundation of a dream is that you're going into this one specific world that you're going into, and you can jump and up in the sky and fly. You can go fly around and do your own
like
thing.
Inception, sort of.
Kinda, yeah, kind of like Inception.
Think about it like this, so you sort of heard my dream where I was Iron Man, right?
Right.
I wasn't lucid in that dream, so that's probably why I may not have been able to actually fly. My suit couldn't fly, but once I would have realized that, this is a dream and not, real life, I would have then been able to fly. But my dumbass was just jumping higher and higher, thinking that that's going to give me the boost.
You can
Because I was running around a Walmart parking lot in an Iron Man suit, getting away from, I think it was
Where was this
employees.
Walmart at?
Ottawa, Illinois.
Okay, so
Yeah.
gotcha.
I mean, it was any Walmart Supercenter. I mean,
I was just wondering
any
if your
parking
brain
lot.
like puts you in like some random Walmart that you might have.
I
visited.
recognized the store. It was a Supercenter,
Gotcha.
and it was like the tan. There was no blue, but yeah, it was weird because I was just running away from like a bunch of employees. Like I was running in circles, kind of as you would. I don't know if you stole something. I don't remember the exact details
the
of
Iron Man
why I was
Stole the
running
Iron
away.
Man.
No,
Walmart's
I had
selling
it.
Iron Man
It was the nanotech one that he had in like.
nice one. They don't sell it at Walmart.
No, they don't sell those at Walmart. Maybe the action figure, but not the actual suit itself. But yeah, I was running around and I kept like once I would sprint and then trying to jump and take off, but I
And you
never
were just
could.
kinda
I just
hurtling.
landed again, so I had to run farther, create more space, try it again, came back down.
Were you jumping like farther
I was-
than a normal human?
I was
could jump?
jumping higher than a human can,
Gotcha.
but I wasn't
So you're,
taking
like,
off and
right there.
Gotcha.
That means you're like right there.
so close
And
to the lucid.
There's a method that I use. I know I talked about it on the first podcast. So basically, when you go to bed, right? So you remember your last 6 to 10 hours, right?
Right.
Like what were you doing that day? So if I remember like, oh, I was just doing a podcast with the boys in the studio, you know, I go to bed, and then all of a sudden, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm laying in bed, I'm about to go to sleep, I'm about to dream. I was just in the studio, we were just doing a podcast. I go to sleep, and all of a sudden, I'm fucking in Ohio, you know, or like in a different place that I should be. I know that I'm in a dream at that point.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
And then you're just like, wow, like you can go do anything. I said that's when you jump up, fly around, and go and fucking, you know, do literally whatever you want to do. You can go rob a store. It's like Groundhog Day. Yeah, you can literally just do anything that you want to do. You have a free pass, and there's just no repercussions.
What I hate, and like it ruins my morning, is when I'm getting towards the end of a dream that's really good, and it's like right towards the end where you become lucid and you know it's a dream.
Yeah.
And then you wake up.
Yeah.
That's the worst. That's the worst start to your day. I hate that.
It's a bad time.
Yeah.
Sure.
No,
Honestly,
like I will be like livid as I'm getting ready.
Yeah, it's a bad start to the morning.
No, it's terrible. Like I'm in a serious like anger.
I challenge both of you guys and the audience to try to do the bridge thing. Just try to get to the bridge that I talked about in the first podcast. Just
dude, I couldn't find the rope.
I mean, this is just a normal dream. I would assume this isn't like an astral projection. This is just a normal dream. You go to sleep and you just wake up. You like, or you know, you're all of a sudden you're on a bridge, and you just imagine this bridge. And once you get there, you know, if you're there, you're gonna see a ton of doors. And for other people, it might be other things. Like it could be a gate, or you know, anything. And it could be a street for all you know.
Yeah.
And you just go through the doors, you know, and just pay attention to what's going on. And it's just a crazy experience that I encourage everybody to try.
No, sure. I can't wait till the day where it actually happens. It's just
if you do the astral projection,
it
bro,
seems hard.
Like I told him. So basically, when you go to sleep, you imagine this rope. It could be a rope, a chain, whatever, and it's hanging from your ceiling. And you're just basically trying to pull yourself out of your body. You're just trying to imagine your spiritual body trying to pull yourself up out of bed. Not your actual arms. You're not trying to move your arms up when you're sleeping. But just imagine like your ghost basically trying to grab a hold of this rope and pull yourself up. And if you do end up succeeding doing that, there's other methods to do it, but that's the way I learned how to do it. And once you get there, you get up, you look around, and you realize that you can see yourself sleeping, and you're not yourself, and you can kind of see through yourself. That's when you realize that you're in your astral form, and you can go up and there's some people doing some crazy shit, and they talk about like their astral projections. There's people talking about having like astral sex.
What?
Yeah, for like with other astral bodies out there in the astral plane, like talking about like having like you'll see like another person in the astral plane out there, and you can like have like astral sex with people and like all kinds of shit. It's real.
No, but they use that concept in like 3 of the Marvel movies.
Really?
Because in Doctor Strange, when he meets the Ancient One, she like pretty much palm chest punches him, and he leaves his astral form. In Endgame, she did it to Hulk.
Yeah.
And this is when Bruce Banner and the Hulk became actually one, and you got Smart Hulk or Professor Hulk out of it. But when he went to go get the Time Stone from her, she's like, I can't do that, blah, blah, blah. And she punches Bruce out of the Hulk. And then in Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange did it to Peter Parker when he was trying to take the cube, because he wanted to give all the villains and see if he can cure them and give them a second chance. So when they go back to wherever they were in the timeline, they wouldn't die.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's that same concept where the ghost is leaving their physical body. It's exactly what they're talking about.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I remember having this. This is like I was super young when I had this dream. I was a vampire.
No.
And so this was what was crazy and creepy about it was that so I walked outside of my house and there was this dude standing outside. And he was like in this black cape. It was a fucking vampire, right? And so he's like, hey, you need to come with me. Like, it's time. And I'm like,
It's time.
right. And I'm like, who the hell are you? And he said, trust me, it'll all make sense over time. You just need to come with me. And I'm like, okay, cool. Whatever. Dream Me was like, whatever, cool,
This
man.
doesn't sound like a good idea.
Yeah, I was like, Dream Me was like, hey, this guy says he's got something for me to do. It's my time. So I go over there, and he grabs me by the wrist, and he bites my wrist,
Oh shit.
right? And I'm like, oh, I thought vampires bit you in the neck. And I remember I asked him, I was like, well, why didn't you just, He's like, well, that would fucking kill you.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
He's like, it's going to go straight to your vein, like right into your bloodstream, straight into the wrist. And I was like, oh, that makes a whole lot of sense. And it was crazy, the detail in the dream. And I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. So anyway, I turn into a vampire, and we're out doing our vampire bidding. We're going out killing people and just fighting crime, kind of, as like vampires.
Wait, hold on. You're killing people and
I'm fighting crime and I'm killing people. We're like both.
You're
we're
murdering
positive,
innocent people.
Straight up murdering people.
That's bad.
And I'm fighting crime. So like I'm like, hey, I
can't
kill
even
these
throw
people,
a punch.
but you can't. And so he's like, hey, we have one last house to go to, and I was like, okay, cool. And so we go to this house, and it's my house. And I was like, what the hell are we doing here? And my parents and my brother. This is where it turns into like some sinister shit. But so my parents and my brother are all outside, and they're like, hey, he's like, hey, I need you to turn them all into vampires, but I need you to bite them on the neck though. And I was like, didn't you just say that would kill people? And he's like, yeah, we're gonna kill them. Like, it is what it is. And I was like, yeah, it's my family. So my family is running through the yard screaming, and they're like, and I was like, hey, mom, like, dad, it's me. And they don't see me. Like, I'm a different fucking being at this point. Like, I'm a vampire that doesn't even look like myself anymore. And I'm just chasing after my family as a vampire in the middle of the night. And I end up, as soon as, like, I'm about to catch him, like, I grab my brother, and then I just wake up. And then I just remember, I get out of bed, and I go to my brother's room, and he's gone. And he's like, I was like, oh my God, this is real. And then I turned around, and he was just grabbing something out of the refrigerator, so he was fine. But
He was good.
yeah,
I don't know why. I felt a little parched. I needed something to drink,
yeah, no, right. And that's why I was like, damn, man. Yeah, that was one of my crazy dreams. I just always remember because being a vampire was pretty fucking sick. But not trying to kill your own family, that was rough.
No, yeah.
It was like a tough time in my life, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think I've ever had the power trip dream vivid.
Yeah.
I know I've had them where I'm like, either super fast or I jump really far.
Yeah.
But I've never had one where I'm like,
You can fly.
I've never had one where I'm like some kind of super being that dictates life and death.
Yeah, no, man, it's a really, really crazy experience, and it's so realistic that when you're flying in your dream, you can feel like the cold wind, like through the air. Like when you're flying at nighttime, like up high in the sky, you can feel like the cold wind, and like it just feels so realistic. And you're just flying through, and it's not like superhero movies where you're like both arms forward,
Mm.
You're just kind of like you ever seen the movie Brightburn?
No,
Where he's like the kid Superman, but he's evil.
I have not.
He's just levitating. He basically just levitates, and that's what you're doing in your dream. You literally just jump and you're just standing there, and then you just go around, just like flying, like levitate, flying.
I think. Let's see. I think the closest I've had to actually like ending someone's life in a dream type deal, I think, was after a night of hanging out with one of my buddies, and he showed me a lot of combat footage that he had recorded with his GoPro, and then I went to sleep and like automatically, I'm in combat and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
So that's like the only time I think I don't vividly remember like Call of Duty walking up to somebody and shooting them in the face, but
Have you ever had a dream where you killed yourself?
no, that's one I have not.
No.
If I fall 2 feet,
No,
I'm waking up.
I'm like, I had a dream one time I was getting chased by this I was like 12. I was getting chased by this killer clown, and no matter where I was terrified of clowns, obviously. And that was like a lot of my dreams was or fucking killer clowns. And this was like this big fat clown, like big fat scary clown, and he's just chasing me. But what's crazy is you never see him walking. He's like a Michael Myers. Like whenever I make distance and look back, he's standing behind me, like every time. And so I get under this giant scary bridge, like this like circle bridge, like a train tunnel.
Gotcha, yeah.
And
Scary bridge.
Scary bridge. And I get under there, and he's just standing there again. He's not chasing me. He's just standing there looking at me. And I said, you know what? Screw this. I pulled a gun. Had a gun, evidently. Pulled a gun out of my pants and offed myself. Like, shot myself in the head. In my dream. And so
you didn't try to shoot the clown?
No, I shot myself. I was done. I was literally the moment of
I'm not dealing with this anymore.
And so I shoot myself, and like I just feel my like blood. This is where it gets kind of dark, but I just feel like my blood running out. But like I'm still awake, and I'm literally just watching. Now he's walking at me, right?
Oh,
and
you
so,
fucked up.
What, you didn't finish the job?
Right? No, dude.
Oh, that's
Temple.
like Fight Club.
Yeah,
where he
temple.
shoots it like through like the side of his
This
cheek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I shot through my temple, bro. It was like boop, and then the echo, dude, it was like it was in a bridge, so like it was like super realistic. And this clown's just walking at me, and I am freaking out, but I can't move because I'm like half dead because I'm laying there and bleeding out because I just shot myself in the head. And this
Understandable,
clown
yeah.
is just walking up to me, and then he comes up to me, and he like kneels down and just was like shakes his head. He's like, That's all he says is, He goes, and he goes,
leave it to the professionals,
Yeah.
kid.
He goes, he said it was like the creepiest sounding clown ever, and it was like almost like a Pennywise. He's like, "Well, hi, Andy." I said, "Are you try to kill yourself from me?" He's like, "Well, you don't want to play with me?" And I was like, and then
Where's the
he,
gun?
like,
I'll do it again.
touches my temple, like touches the gun wound in my temple, heals it immediately. Like touches it, I'm good. I sit up, and then he grabs me, puts me over his back, and starts carrying me like Dead by Daylight. Just starts carrying me off, and then like I just remember like hitting my head against his fucking back, and I'm like, this is it. This is the end. And I was like, I'm getting killed by a clown because I didn't know I was dreaming. And then he like takes me to some fucking weird mansion, like this big, nice, weird, colorful mansion. And we're walking there, and then as I'm looking through the windows, you see like 100 different big clowns looking through the windows like ghosts. And I was like, okay, so I'm just about to get fucking gang raped by a bunch of clowns.
This is an orgy. That's what this is.
I was like, I'm about to get gang raped by all these clowns. And he takes me in there, and it ends
There's
up
worse
being
ways to go out.
it ends up being a super big like birthday party. My birthday party.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You trying to kill yourself on your birthday?
And my parents were there, and like everybody, my family was there, and
It was
like
a ceremony.
It was a surprise party for me, and like I felt so dumb.
And you tried to kill yourself.
I did.
Thank God you had E.T. the clown there to help
That's
you.
what I'm saying. Yeah, E.T. the clown was there to fucking heal me. So, as a lot of people might notice, I say the F-bomb a whole lot, and I'm trying to watch myself a little bit, but it's just not going to happen.
If they're not on YouTube, they know it's explicit.
It is very explicit.
Explicit.
Like,
Yes.
very
There is
explicit.
an E in a box next to the episode. So
That's not rated E for everyone.
So Lily,
It's definitely not for everybody.
my soon-to-be 11-year-old cousin, found our podcast,
Yeah.
and I have no idea what her reaction is. I think she commented on one of the YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Hi, Bryant.
Oh, solid.
Oh, nice.
That's
yeah.
solid.
So we got one comment, but yeah, this is definitely not for her.
Have you had any super crazy dreams like that? Not specifically clown related or offing yourself or.
So the ones where, like, I die in, I don't really remember a whole lot because I try not to remember them. So my answer is no. I know I've had those kind before, those really crazy ones, but those happen to be the ones that I really try to forget very quickly.
If you guys don't know yet, Brian actually has a dream journal.
Yeah, no, I jot them down
Yeah,
in
it's
a,
dream
in a
journal,
journal
Wow.
in a journal-like format. Yeah, no, because
which is super cool.
that's one of the things that helps you lucid dream. Because if you're aware of what you did every night in your consciousness, it helps you pick up maybe where you start or where you left off. If it was a really good one or anything like that. So yeah, I I don't write it out in like super like proper paragraphs, but I'll jot down different qualities or different characteristics of that dream. So when I look at it and throughout the day, like any
Have you double dreamed before? Like back to back?
yeah,
Nice. I've never done that.
it was recent too. Like within the last like I'd say 4 months, I would double dream.
That sounds really cool because
Yeah.
I hardly ever, if I remember a dream and I wake up in the middle of the night, because that's common for me
And there's
now.
times where I've had the same dream, like front to end, same dream.
I can't
But there
even
was
do that.
one or two different faces, but it was the same fucking dream.
There's a I forget what I was about to say about the fucking different dreams. Sounds super sketch, but if you take a nicotine patch, right? So when I was like 21, I was trying to quit smoking cigarettes, and I was trying the nicotine patches, and it says on the damn box not to sleep in them because you will have vivid dreams.
That's not a caution.
That is
It
a
says-
challenge.
That's a challenge.
It
yeah.
says it on there, and so like I didn't even know that. I didn't read the box obviously because who reads directions anymore, you know? And so I layered
I
on
know
like
you don't for a
I layered
fact.
on like 3 or 4 patches, you know.
God.
I was really trying to quit smoking, but I really wanted nicotine, and so I put these patches on, and I had like 10 dreams, over and over, within a 45-minute span, which blows my mind. So it's like dream time is different than reality time.
I would love to dive into the science of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard like dreams only take up like a certain portion of your sleep.
Yeah.
So I wondered like what the actual numbers
Try that.
are.
Try
See-
the nicotine patches.
I'm glad you said that because it's it's so weird because there's some dreams that seem like they were forever.
You live the whole life sometimes. Yeah.
But it was between the time your first alarm went off at what 6 o'clock in the morning maybe, and at 6:20, you had a dream that spanned 8 days, and it's 20 minutes later,
just had a
and you
whole-
wake up.
You had a whole trilogy right there.
And then there's other dreams where, you really don't know how long it was because it's your first time waking up, but that dream was like 20 minutes. If you could gauge it in time, because really you can't. That's one of the things about dreams is you can't read in them. You don't see reflections. You can't tell time in them.
See, China made a. Was it China or Japan? I think it was China.
I hope
China
Japan.
made
Yeah, me too.
has. I think it's actually what is that called? Neuralink from Elon Musk.
Yeah,
Pretty sure that's
it's
what
a
it is.
chip in your brain.
Pretty
It's
sure
on your
that's what it
skull.
is. But China was saying that they had this, or saw this article that said that China had this device that could record your dreams.
Better not think of dreaming about leaving the state.
See, but that's kind of why the idea of dream journals is not pushed but encouraged, because that helps you retain every night your dreams. So by the time you're doing that and you're jotting down these,
I would like to get
These
a hold
That's
of
like
Scenes?
actual
dream journal
like
of
yeah,
yours.
no, I can bring it sometime. I got nothing to hide about it.
Yeah,
I mean,
I would love to get.
that's
into
like
that.
really getting into the inception because like what if you dream and like for whatever reason you like dream up your like social security number or something, and now somebody's got your social security number out there.
Bro,
no,
oh
but
boy.
but it goes back to just starting my day. Like, there's things that can really tamper my mood when the day starts. I can't just wake up every day and act like everything's fucking great because let's be honest, it's not. We're in the fucking army and so there's
Hardly ever.
right. So remembering those dreams and trying to maybe carry it on sometimes is the best way to just start my day. So jotted them down so maybe I can carry it on. That's why I do it.
I think that on the next, if we do another dream segment,
Yeah, no, we're gonna
we
have a
should
lot
really get
to
into
series.
the Inception part of.
I gotta watch Inception first. So
Definitely
Dude.
need to.
Yeah,
So we're on the same
parts
page.
on there where like because they're in the dream. They go within dreams, within dreams, within dreams.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it's multi-step dream. So like they're getting information from one person by going through 8 different people's dreams that are
Yeah.
all like somehow connected to this guy.
yeah,
It's insane.
It's
And it
what-
goes off the
it's-
time thing too. Because somebody will be like falling back in a chair. The tilt is what they call it to
Yeah.
like wake somebody up when they need to. So they'll like, have you in a chair and they'll tilt you into the chair into a bathtub to like wake you up really fast. But like during that tilt, as you're going back, there's like a whole 3 hours of the dream that it takes for them to fall
Really?
back once they're pushed.
I want to get as part of this series. I want to do one on those zero gravity capsules where you lay in a bed or like in a small little pool of Epsom salt, but it's like almost a ton's worth of salt, and you're basically floating in space, and that's where some people have like the craziest dreams and epiphanies, or in these I gotta look up what they're actually called, but people use them, like some people own them and they use them
Regularly. Yeah.
on a regular basis.
Too
Sorry,
easy.
cat's got my tongue.
Well, for now, it's been a pretty good time.
I agree.
This is Mac.
Eustace.
And Eli.
Take care, fellas.